So next week is 17, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the week after that and then the later one. I think it's too high, right?
No.
No, it's good. It's not bad. All right. So, it's theory. Which ones?
18 and 20.
So today was just 20 minutes.
Yeah, because I had an orthodontist.
I see. And then there's one day 0.
Yeah.
Is that's the usual day, right? So, and then you won't practice after this, right? You have something.
Yeah.
Next week is already 17.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so page 18 and 20. Actually, not next week.
Mm-hmm.
When you write those higher notes, right, like this one,
Yeah.
we still need to put that little dot,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Otherwise, it's just not clear. Yeah. So this one is officially done. Then 20. Okay, this one is not right. For sure.
Oh, oops.
Okay. What do you think wrong with
I
it?
wrote one.
Yeah, that's right. It's like, this is so random.
I wrote one shot.
Yeah. What's going on? First is right. So we'll fix this, and then 21 for next week. Here we have with the number, the upper number is missing. So the lower number tells you how many count. I mean, what kind of note gets one count,
Yeah.
right? So, and then here you want to write counts. Make your own rhythm.
Oh, another.
And it's 6-8 notes per measure, so be creative. And then just one thing take into consideration when you do this, that in your mind you should be able to kind of subdivide in the middle of the measure. So the half of the measure should be 1, 2, 3, and the other one is 4, 5, 6. So you won't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because we always think by 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Because lots of kids making that kind of mistake. Do you see how this one is 3, and this in combination also 3? This one is 3, this one is 3. So you don't write, let's say, quarter, quarter, and quarter, even though mathematically it's correct. But from the point of view of like a musician, you probably will be able to tell that something is not right. Okay, all right. So this will do during the class, and I think this is all pretty good. Okay, so very little of 20s, and then 21 is minimum. And the door will keep opening. Do you know why?
Wind?
Yeah. It's so, and a couple of my students got scared. Okay, and then
I watched it go.
right. I know. Well, actually, I did it myself. It's like, oh, this is this period of Bach, and I did it. What? I'm kidding. Yeah. So when it's windy outside, this door just unless we like throw me close, but it's okay. So we'll have the spirit of who wrote La Florentine?
Cooper.
Couperin, and then who wrote Rondo?
Haydn.
Haydn, exactly. Alright. 41 by memory, 42 new. Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
So we don't have any particular tempo? No. Okay. Can I play section 3 again? Okay. So there's oh, it's right here. We have a B natural here. You're playing B flat on right hand.
Oh.
And then yes, and that was that mistake too on left hand, but then you fixed that. But this one is, so can we start right from here? Because we keep playing C sharp, right? So let's see what tempo this is. So that's 72. Okay, so then let's move on to a faster. So 72 and 108. So let's try 108 later. Yeah, well, okay, you will fix that, right?
Yeah.
And there's gonna be another one, even faster.
Okay.
108. Let's see how 138 is. I don't know, maybe that's not a good idea, but let's see. I think it's a good idea. Let's try. Okay, alright, so yeah, but you need to get comfortable first on this tempo and then you can, so you have 3 tempos. Okay. 42 is brand new.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. We're in G minor, not G major. And I think that if you feel that you know this pretty well, you can play a little bit faster. So This is still pretty slow. And the rhythm change. Okay. Is it a one-time thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it.
Is it one time?
Well, there's a big flat there.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
So yeah, I'm still forgetting those. Okay, let's mark on that.
Yeah. I don't even know it's a big one.
And it usually doesn't sound like your ears will tell you that it doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, we don't need to hold any of this. So the whole idea here is to roll. Because when you do this, you're creating tension. We need to, basically our hand should be small. Because if you think, what's the most natural position for our hand? Here we go. Right? So, and then sometimes we have no choice. We have to stretch when we have big chord, right? In this case, wherever the note is, that's where our hand is. It's not, okay? So we usually have to find the way that is the most comfortable for our hand, okay? Beginning to, That's why we call this rolling. Compact hand. Yeah, so family. Family roll. Family roll. March. Again, look what you're stretching your hand. Family, right? Family. No, this is, see what you're doing? And then it becomes a habit, right? So we try not to create that habit. It's actually not a good habit. So same thing here. Look at this. You're playing these two notes and your hand is open, closed hand. So that's what I mean by family. See that? That's actually one of the reasons why we're playing this.
Four.
Yeah. Closed hand. You don't know this exercise very well. You're struggling with the notes, and that's why you cannot focus on things that we really should be focusing on. And so many mistakes. So that sound. Next. It's very slow. It looks like you're playing this for the first time. What is our goal here on this? Wow. It's actually a really easy exercise. What is our goal? Yeah. I can write it down. I don't mind. I'll wait to figure out. Figure it out. You can do it. That's it. There are multiple ways how it could be done, but let's see. Maybe you can come up with at least one idea. That's what you do when you practice. Well, it's actually, well, if you get from here, I think you're going to be using thinking here. Start from here. Look at you. What would work? Can you demonstrate? Because it's about time to play. Okay, so. Can you figure out this part and maybe write it down instead of trying to experience right now? This is something that I absolutely believe my students can do with it. Don't push it so hard because there's a good chance we're going to be erasing that. Okay? So how about you start from this part and you figure out fingering for this part instead of trying to do it? Because here there are multiple different ways how we can do that. This one. Right from this G, figure out this portion. And then what do you want to start with this one? Because that's where you got stuck, not this part. This part, as I said, there are multiple options. Okay. One of the options, right? Now, if we don't change position here, because this should be 3-2-3-2, technically, right? If we still have third finger here, any chance we can still finish without changing position here? I mean, we can change position, but I think exactly. That's what you should have figured out when you were practicing at home. Well, it's one, right? Yeah. And then you have to write it down, and then at least some effort. So this one we don't have to change position. It's going to stay 3-2. How come you did not make a decision? So what did you do on this part? What did you do on this part? And actually, I do have a question. Did you practice on this exercise at all?
Yeah.
No, and I didn't ask you either you played it. I'm asking you if you practiced. Do you know the difference? Because I don't think you actually practiced. Maybe you played it, but so what's the difference between one and the other one? Why do you think there's so many mistakes? And so
I don't know. I don't think I worked on it enough.
okay, so what's the difference between playing and practicing? From your point of view, and I'm sure you know that because we put emphasis on that all the time. Pretty much everything we play, exercises, pieces. Okay, so what's the difference?
You practice, you didn't just like play different ones and then go.
So what was your strategy?
Well, I started with separate hands actually.
Okay. So can you describe? So let's say today is your first day of practicing, right? On this exercise. So what do you do? Well, there are different ways on how to approach that, so that's why I wonder. Whatever you did, it would.
Left hand.
You started with left hand, okay. So what do you mean by left hand? What did you play?
The first section, just left hand.
Okay, which is not so difficult, and yet you made some mistakes. Okay, because it's the same thing over and over. How long does it take? Okay, you played it until it was 10 times no mistakes, right? Then you went to and you added this until you played 10 times no mistakes. And then you played from here to here 10 times no mistakes. Or 7 times. Right? So, alright, so it wasn't like this. So what was your way of practicing?
I don't think I played it 10 times. No mistakes.
How many times did you play? Especially, let me ask you about this part, because this was a total disaster right here. Lots of incorrect notes, and of course technique suffered a lot because your attention is, by the way, the tempo you chose very slow. Okay, so even I'm a huge fan of slow tempo. You know me, right? But the thing is, you cannot really apply technique if you go that slow, right? So that's why we stand. And by the way, you can cover 2 sections because this is super easy. It's very easy material. It's very easy from various point of view. Okay. But because I'm pretty sure you didn't practice by sections. Maybe you played sections, but you didn't practice. Okay, that's exactly my point. That's why a whole week passed by, not much accomplished, because you technically should be memorizing this. Even with looking, and when you got to this part, you were total lost. So I don't even think you even tried to play these sections at all. Because here, you had no idea how to accommodate your fingers, what to do. So this was like a brand new material to you. That is just not how it's supposed to be, don't you think? Right? So how can I convince you? Because, it's kind of very strange for me to be convincing my student to be practicing by small sections. Because maybe I'm very lucky and my students, they already know that's the only way, because first of all, it's much easier, it's way more efficient, and those who do that, which is majority, they know they learn fast with a really great quality. Yeah, so that I really don't know why you still prefer your way. You proved it to yourself so many times that it's not.
That it doesn't work.
Right, or at least it takes much longer, and quality is not that great. And then comparing to the pieces that you're playing, they're much harder, right? And you're playing them so well, and here you're playing this simple exercise, and you struggle so much. So let's say if I would have not known you, and if I would have not heard you playing those pieces, let's say this is my first time listening to you playing, I was like, oh, this girl struggles big time. I would have never thought that this girl can play those pieces, and playing them pretty well. You see what I'm saying? So if you can handle those pieces, then this should be just very easy exercise, which it is. Okay. Can you tell me why are we playing this exercise? What is what are we trying to get out of those?
Technique.
Be more specific.
Rolling.
Rolling in this case, good hand position, right? So accuracy is important. That's why we are trying to learn these exercises very quickly. So not spending weeks and weeks learning the note. Luckily, notes are pretty easy. So we play one week with looking, second week by memory, and then we try in different tempos, and you really polishing our technique. When you bring this etude, and it's brand new to you, and if anything, there are already some problems, that adds at least another week of practicing on this one. And that takes away from quality. I really don't want to have this kind of conversations because, I feel like we already had this kind of conversations. But would it be nice that if you do something about this? Yeah, so this is, as I said, this is not really typical for me to bring it up. Not that it never happened, of course. There are some kids, especially younger ones, they don't understand the importance of focusing on one section. Right. Okay. Okay. Remember, when you sit at the piano and you practice, you choose how do you want to make it easier for yourself, or you want to turn this into some huge project?
Yeah.
And you've done that with some of the exercises.
Yeah.
Let's not do this. This is pretty easy. I'm going to give you a specific tempo. And I cannot ask you to memorize it because, it's good. It's pretty much brand new. The tempo. Not too fast, but reasonable.
Yeah.
Not slower than this. So by every eighth note. Slightly faster than this, so maybe 76. So 76 is your tempo, okay? For every eighth note, 76 for us.